Ready Game Fire episode 11, yo. We are here for you even when the PlayStation Network is not. I don't like you. Your ideas are different to mine. You are a different colour or creed and it scares me. I am prejudiced. Well, of course I'm not.
Prejudiced. The most prejudiced.
But of course I'm not. But are games?
No. Yes, sometimes.
Today we discuss the burning issue of prejudice in games as we push forward to a better world. I'm your host Chris Fox, and with me are When the Moon Hits Your Eye Like a Bigger Pizza Pie, Mark Dallamore.
Good afternoon.
Or Mark Dallamore if you're not from the continents.
Dallamore.
He's this generation's games master and will be helping out a listener with their gaming headache later on. It's Stuart Fenn.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Hello.
Oh, great.
Yo.
And finally, it's time for something big.
Drum roll, please.
Anyway, it's the leg-breaking, lobby-making, in Gears and stuff, booty-shaking Kye Connoly.
What's up, what's up?
Right.
So before we start, can we just say, when you say prejudice in gaming, you're just talking about the lack of representation of, homosexuals and other races.
Well, and the fact... and
Another racist.
Other races, sorry.
So, yeah, as you can hear, we're not all white guys. Kye
Of
is
course.
black. How you doing, buddy? You alright?
Yeah, I am good.
Everyone's expecting you to be amazingly funny, so...
Well, being introduced as a black man, I don't know how to respond to that.
Well...
Even though I think it is something honourable.
Well, the build-up's been huge. The build-up to you coming here today has been pretty huge. You were killed off in an episode, and now you're here. What was that like?
It's like
Back
Dallas.
from the dead. It's good to be back.
Good.
Amongst all you living people.
If you're a long-term listener of the podcast, you'll know that Kye snapped my leg in two.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's second-hand news. We start with the biggest discussion that's gripping gamers at the moment. Cheryl Cole's been confirmed as a judge on US X Factor.
Has she?
I mean, surely the accent's going to be a problem.
I don't think so.
Well, hold on. No, sorry. It's about the PSN. Sorry, mate.
I had loads of answers for that.
Yeah. We'll probably do the intros again.
Yeah, you cannot introduce me as a
Kye is a black dude.
The blackest I know.
Yeah, but that's what we're saying.
Yeah, but
Why can't he
that
be
is
black?
probably true in your case.
Why can't he be black if he wants to be? Why are you so prejudiced?
Because of...
Right.
He's pointing towards my face just in case anyone can see that.
So here is a
Just in
PSN.
case, obviously.
Yeah.
Second-hand news with a PSN downtime fun time update. I put in the fun time there to stop myself from slitting my own wrists halfway through that sentence.
Missing
because
out on all that awesome PSN multiplayer.
It's going to be a little bit of a joke. So since the last episode of RGF, where we were all in the dark as to why exactly the network is down, we now know what has occurred, right?
Yep.
The PlayStation Network was the target of a malicious hacker attack
Baddies.
that not only deprived PS3 owners of network functionality, brackets, right? They can't play games like Portal 2, Mortal Kombat, and SOCOM Online. It's ridiculous. I mean, this is an unmitigated disaster.
It is. I mean, as you know, I live my gaming life through PSN Network.
Yeah.
And I might as well be dead.
It's an amazing service.
I mean, I don't know why I'm even here.
If only there was an alternate choice.
You're wasting all this sarcasm because Mike isn't here, as you know. He's not in the room.
He's listening.
He probably might be listening to this,
Hello,
but
Mike.
Mark, you don't live your gaming life through the PlayStation Network at all, do you? You're
Prove it.
what's your PSN level? Doesn't have one.
Doesn't even know. Has no idea. Was that star thing?
Excuse me, I have
Probably.
trophies all over my bookshelf.
Yeah, many trophies.
Sporting
Not
ones.
that.
Rowing, cricketing, abseiling.
Throwing.
Yeah, kites.
But not only that, their personal information has been obtained by these nasty people, including card details, but not the CCV code. Some guy's got my address and my name and like my card details and shit.
Yeah, it's identity theft is a bigger risk, isn't it? I think rather than
card details
rinsing your
doesn't
empty
matter.
bank account.
Well, no, the most important problem is that I haven't been able to sync the trophies I've been earning over this time.
But they've also got your password, and many people would use the same password across all their email addresses, especially the email address which would be attached to PSN. And God knows what kind of important emails you could be getting to that address. You could have your bank account. Everything could be going to that. So
This may be controversial, but obviously it's rubbish that everyone's details got stolen. The credit card details got stolen, but
The look on his face. Look at him.
in some small way,
It's smiling.
I like the idea of people being out there, being able to do this kind of stuff.
What, you mean pricks?
Well, it just means hackers is real.
Yeah, and that's true. We don't know how much information they did actually grab and how much they're using it for their own gain.
Sony are one of the biggest electronics corporations in the whole world, and they've been made a laughingstock by these fat, geeky World of Warcraft players.
Prejudice.
Yeah,
Is
and
that-
I'm sure they
is
won't.
that 1 point?
I'm sure they won't target your
Prejudice.
website in any way by you slanderizing them.
Oh yeah, they're going to hear about this. Oh man, for sure. On all those hackers forums, they'll be talking about RGF episode 11. So yeah, but if Sony realised that this had happened straight away, didn't tell the consumers for 6 days. 5 days. 5 days, 6 days.
Well, they said they didn't know the extent of it at first, and that's why it took so
Bullshit. You can't. You
It wouldn't
just
take that long to realise that.
yeah. Exactly. And this isn't good. And people panicked and cancelled cards and whatnot. I mean, I didn't. I just kept an eye on my internet banking and stuff.
I think it was silly that
Luckily, I have no money to steal, so
Yeah.
no problem.
You are lucky.
the SOE section, they didn't think to check of that before, and then that got taken down 7 days later because they realised that got hacked into as well. And isn't that the first?
What's
thing
the
you do?
abbreviation stand for again?
Sony Online Entertainment.
Yeah, online.
And yeah, they've been subpoenaed by everybody.
Yeah, the governments are taking them to town.
Don't know what a subpoena is.
It's a bloody disgrace. It means that you get the lawyers and then they
Subpoena you.
subpoena you.
Do that
They
shit.
got to figure out how many subpoenas need to be done.
It's starting to sound a bit rude, isn't it?
Yeah. What?
Subpoenas.
That's why I latched onto it.
We also learned that not all of customers' personal details has been encrypted on Sony's PSN servers, which means when the hackers get in, it'll go boom, Stuart Fenn, boom, 18 Bombers Drive, London.
Don't give my address out. These people have got it in the internet.
And
And you're,
In the internet.
and you're giving it away to the other people on like the radio.
Other internet.
and obviously now they've got your password, which is subpoena me.
One word.
Prejudice is bad! Sony then announced a welcome back plan, including a free month of PlayStation Plus for non-subscribers. Hooray! Which will be great for that month until all of our little free trials end and they take all the content they've just given us. Brilliant. And but they've also just announced that we'll be getting like a choice of 2 PS3 games and 2 PSP games.
Which obviously
From a
depending on
list of like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be full AAA PS3 games. They can't be like, PSN or
Everybody's golf.
PS3 games.
I imagine they will be. I think they're going to send you like 2 games out.
No, it'll be
After those
digital,
days.
all digital titles, but for PSP, that means loads of the retail games are digital.
You know
So
what?
I'm hoping for Ghosts of Sparta and Peace Walker. That's wishful thinking now. I'm not going to get those.
Both
know
be
what?
amazing.
I reckon it's going to be Batman Arkham Asylum because the new one's going to come out at the end of this year.
Yep.
Maybe Infamous.
No, I imagine it'd only be
No,
exclusives.
what? No way. Not brand new AAAs.
I don't know.
No,
They
not,
have to do
not
something.
Infamous 2.
Everyone's gonna. If it's really shoddy deals, then everyone's gonna like latch onto that. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be even worse.
The
Well,
news-
that's what people have claimed. I mean, isn't the free month of PS Plus just a publicity
Yeah,
stunt?
that is
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, in fact,
bullshit.
It's depending on how much gets taken away. I mean, I don't know.
What's wrong with that?
Because, like I said, you'd sign up for PlayStation Plus,
Yeah.
you get all this content for free.
I know,
When
but
your
I mean-
subscription ends, your content goes.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, look how good PS Plus is.
Yeah, but you're still getting something, aren't you?
No.
You're still getting something.
Well,
even if it's
for that
only
month,
for-
you're
For a
getting
month.
something.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting something for a month, and you've lost something for 2 weeks. Fucking suck it up.
It's going to be 6 by the
What about
end,
the-
by
Could
the
be
end of it,
41,
probably.
41 days by the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying the end of the 31st of March,
Yep.
May. Even.
That's when full functionality
They're
may
saying-
be restored. I mean, it'll come back
Maybe.
in steps. So we'll get. They said online functionality, as in playing against each other, that will come back first, and the store will come back last. So yeah, and they said latest probably 31st of May. Sony have announced that it's getting rolled back by region as well. So we
Jesus.
probably, being in Europe, we probably won't be first.
Second, third.
Least important.
And breathe.
Third of 3.
But enough of all this bad news about this PSN downage problem. Here's Mike with the uplifting side of it. It's 30 seconds of power.
The PlayStation Network outage may cost only billions, and I haven't been able to play Peg Online for the last 3 weeks, but relax, we've had plenty of time to shake our wobbly bits in front and connect shop, put our red ring Xbox into the Thames, or go online with a still slightly less functional Wii network and download our 4th copy of Ocarina of Time. And if that doesn't tickle your fancy, then head outside for some sunbathing, cycling, cat racing, pond surfing, bird watching, horse racing goodness, or get proactive and jump in your Cadillac for a hat hunt and find the waste straw hackers who started this whole mess, drop a barrel of blood rage monkeys down their chimneys onto their buggering, fun-ruining bonces, film the carnage and upload it to YouTube, which you can still watch on your PS3, PS Environment, Ready Game Fire!
30 seconds of pride.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to sound like that, but with real sound effects.
Oh.
Thanks, Mike, but that doesn't change that if they do indeed meet the 31st of May deadline, it will have been down for a total of 41 days.
Also, thanks, Mike.
Viva Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And
Brilliant shout,
seriously,
Mike.
Sony, sort it out. Sort it the fuck out over there. Your consumers are not happy consumers at the moment.
Bowing is not enough.
It's almost become normal to not have the PSN now.
Yeah, it's kind of like a funny running joke now, isn't it? Oh, PSN. Everyone has forgotten
honest,
how bad it really is.
I haven't actually cared because this whole time I've been on the Gears 3 beta.
Yeah.
So I actually found out secondhand. I didn't even use my PS3 to.
You get everything
notice.
secondhand. Specifically, love from your dad. Assassin's Creed 3
Pretty much
Revelations.
Pretty much first hand.
Assassin's Creed 3 Revelations has been announced.
More Ezio.
Yeah. More Ezio, or however you pronounce his crazy name.
Never played it.
Prejudice is not okay.
I do need to catch up on the Assassin's Creed franchise. After the first one,
Off-putting.
I felt so
Off-put.
bummed by them.
Put off.
Yeah, I can't be arsed.
I haven't,
No, the
like,
first
even
one
though
was
everyone ever says, the second and third one are really good, I just can't go back to it. I've got, like, whenever I think about it, it actually makes me ill. How
Dallamore,
much
man.
I was bummed out of that first one.
Let me tell you,
Wow.
someone who hated the first one, who like literally did the first mission and then sold the game to their friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's how much I hated it. I was like, nah, I gotta get rid of this.
Get
rather
this
than
game
make
out
money.
of my fucking house.
Yeah.
I don't even want it on a shelf.
To your
Yeah.
friend, though, you could have told him.
Oh, I say friends more. I say friends more work colleague.
Yeah, have that.
I say, friend, I traded it in for some crack on the street.
Yeah, that's it.
I read on...
Kye Connoly's here, everybody!
But I actually got Assassin's Creed 2 for like £8 a few months ago. Played through it and it's fucking amazing, man. It's definitely worth
I thought
a
isn't
go.
Brotherhood supposed to be the
Brotherhood's
best?
supposed to be the one, but I haven't played it yet. But 2 is a good enough improvement from
you
the
can
first.
say
It's a lot
It's
better.
definitely worth
I'm
playing.
prejudiced against the Assassin's Creed series.
I would have preferred, instead of 3 Ezio games, I mean, I haven't played a lot of Brotherhood, and I've played about the same amount of 2. I have one, I played a lot of that, but I wouldn't have thought, I would have thought that like a different assassin each time would have been better.
Just after the first one, I just thought, as I was playing it, it's so shameful. They must have known what they were doing. Like, the third time I did that same mission first, and then exactly the same mission again second, and then exactly the same mission again third. Like by the third time, I think it went on to like 6 times of doing the same 4 missions.
I stopped playing.
I was like, "You're having a laugh, aren't you?
I especially
Get
like...
out."
Do you know what?
Probably.
Who wasn't having a laugh though? You and me, because
Yeah.
I played a lot of that. And I was like, it's the same again. This city's green though.
How many of us actually bought that on day one? Because I know I was one.
I bought it on day one.
That
I
was
bought it.
probably the best marketing campaign of video games.
Yeah,
had
but I
since Super
thought-
Mario Brothers.
I thought that producer would sleep with me if I did.
And do you know what? Do you know what it's called now? Ass bleed. That's what.
Hey! Revelations has been announced. Like I said, it stars Ezio again. He's in Constantinople, and he's old.
Do you know what that is? Where is that, Chris?
Istanbul. Zang!
Damn.
Next bit of news on the second-hand news segment of Ready Game Fire, episode 11. Tell your friends. It's Gears of War 3 beta. Tell me about it, you guys. You guys have been playing the shit out of that, haven't you?
Fucking yes, loving it. Absolutely. But it's going to be game of the year at this rate. I mean, if the multiplayer, just 4 maps,
Well-
3 multiplayer modes, I'm having this much fun.
Probably Portal 2, though. Probably.
You having a
In
laugh?
terms of,
I don't think so.
yeah, Portal 2 is probably, I haven't played it yet, but I imagine Portal 2 is amazing. But in terms of the amount of time you will spend enjoying yourself with Gears 3, it would just be ridiculous.
Good point. Good point.
Because you've got Horde mode, the single player campaign, and of course...
I know. Yeah, I see your
Fancy
point.
new reverse horde mode.
It's either like have a lot of fun over a short of space of time, or have a lot of kind of low level, overrated
have
fun
a lot of fun
over a longer period of
over
time,
a long period of time.
with no Stephen Merchant involved at all.
We can always
The Gears of
listen
War
to podcasts.
breeds just almost making your own fun with your mates. 5-on-5,
More
amazing
importantly-
gameplay. Co-op that's going to last as long as you don't get bored listening to your friends.
Guys, I've spent a lot of time with you, and it's not fun.
Yeah, but during that time, did you ever jib anyone? Did you ever bayonet charge anyone?
Stick
Yeah.
'em.
you ever set
Did you
anyone on
ever
fire?
wait for someone to run around the corner and blind fire shotgun them? No. A cloud of them.
Did you ever
Go past
shoot
you.
3 people with one double-barrel sawn-off shotgun blast?
Did you do that? No. I didn't see it.
Did you ever tag someone?
Did you ever boost your kill-death ratio by hogging the mortar? No.
Did you ever take the stairs, lead the charge in the touch bowl map?
Did you ever watch Gladiator movies when you were a kid?
Touch bad place?
I haven't done any of those.
Should we move on?
So the upcoming releases over the next 2 weeks. Sorry, LA Noir's coming out, Brink's coming out, and so is The Witcher 2. Dallamore's well excited about that last one.
Extremely.
You got it as your wallpaper? LA Noir's...
The Witcher wallpaper. Oh god.
I need to represent.
I don't know the result of the geek out that you guys had, but
Everyone knows the result. Have you not watched it yet?
I've not
Listen
watched it.
to
No, I didn't watch the video. No.
Have you listened to it?
Yes.
Basically, Stuart, how am I supposed to tell the lovely listeners out there to tell their friends and catch up on any old episodes that they missed when one of the guys who's on the show now hasn't listened to them all?
I have.
You've only listened to the ones that you're on.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's not true. Selective memory is what I have. But a dedication to listening, I also have.
Selective podcast selection.
No.
It's episode 7, and everyone says I quote the best episode.
I've heard that about 8 a lot.
You quote as in a quote from Mark Dallamore.
Oh, I don't win
The
it,
best
Kye.
episode.
Basically, it was pretty much a draw. Elena, while people are well excited about that, their lips are like really, really lifelike lips.
It looks very pretty.
It's not, no, but it's not just the lips, it's the entire face.
Nah, and the eyebrows.
I don't care about that. That's just the idea of the game is really, really fascinating.
I just hope that if it's amazing and the lip, I mean, if you look at all the videos, there's loads of videos about it, lip syncing and eyebrow movement and all that stuff. Whenever you're going to go back to a normal game, it's going to be, I hope it's just going to ruin everything, isn't it?
Thanks to games like Heavy Rain, which has the same kind of facial amazingness.
It doesn't.
Are
you mental?
Heavy Rain's good, but anyway, my point is, after seeing the LA Noire trailer and then playing Alan Wake for the first time the day after that, which is what I did, yeah, older games look worse.
Yeah, it's set a new benchmark.
No, but even new games are going to look worse because not a lot of new games are going to have this technology.
Well,
Should we avoid it then? Not
No.
play it.
Yeah.
Recommendation goes out. Do not buy LA
I want
Noire.
to investigate some murdered whores.
now it's time for the cure for your gaming headache. It's ibuprofen, starring Stuart Fenn.
Jesus. Okay. Get it done.
Hello. What's going on? We got another letter for you here.
Is it difficult question?
Well, this is from a real reader. That's all I know.
Okay.
Here he is. Hello, Mr. Profen. I hope this letter finds you well and in high spirits. My name is Angela Lansbury. I'm 40 years old. I'm 40 years old and I work in a senior management position at McVitie's. I really enjoy your podcast. It brightens up my fortnight and always brings me back from the precipice of despair. Jesus.
Really?
Glad to be of service.
My favourite feature, hands down, has got to be ibuprofen. It cures my gaming headache. So, this said, I was wondering if you could help. I'm having trouble with the game Barbie's Park and Ride for the PlayStation 1. An older game... Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, it's just before my time.
An older game, yes, but it has taken me a while to get through the grindfest that is the Barbie game saga. Anyway, I digress. I cannot get enough power into my horse jumps on the second beach course. What am I doing wrong? Any help you could give me would be invaluable. Yours, Angela.
Just make something up. Is that a real game?
Yeah, it is a real game. I remember seeing it all the time.
Do you remember it?
Yeah. I mean, I never played it, but I could probably imagine some advice.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember the specific bit in that game. You say it was the horse riding section.
You did just go through it in one quick playthrough, didn't you? And
I rinsed it pretty much.
you did the road runner.
So the horse can't jump high enough.
No, he says on the second beach course.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a problem with the first beach race course.
So that's fine. Lower jumps though in the first one.
As we all know.
It's long short drift, isn't it? Later on.
Maybe he's taking the inside too much.
As we all know, it all takes place on horseback. But we know this already.
But that's not. Yeah.
But he is falling at the first hurdle, literally, on beach track number 2 in Barbie's Park and Ride for the PlayStation 1.
Can you skip it?
It's actually really hurting to laugh now.
Has it got debug mode?
Yeah. Ideally, I'd look for the debug menu.
Do you have Game Genie?
Try to get past it.
What console are we talking about?
Game facts.
Let's look up now.
Can you
Give us some genuine advice.
Can you heat the floor? I reckon if you heated the floor, the horse would naturally jump higher.
Some blue.
Probably wouldn't enjoy landing so much,
If
so
you
would
heated
stay
it
in the
so
air
much,
for
the
longer.
sand would turn into glass, and then you got surer footing.
blue gel.
Sure footing on glass. You've got hooves, you dick.
Well, yeah, but you're
Maybe
not
shot.
thinking like,
They
you
might
can
have-
jump higher on glass than you can on sand.
You can't.
Are you mental?
We have to even run. So
You
it's the first
fucking
step, that glass is shattering. It's only
douchebag.
Like, it's only like
Do you know what?
Look, we're not talking
Mark,
about
Mark.
like 100% friction here. We're talking about glass.
Mark, when someone
you can jump higher on glass than you can on a lot of sand.
right in long jump.
Yeah, they jump into the sand.
I thought you were saying the opposite. I just want to make that clear. You know,
You thought they were jumping up the sand, sure.
In
it's the way we used to do it. You can't.
Of course you can.
Come on, you'll fucking shatter.
Oh, it's not. There's not. Everything's not fucking
No, you
flimsy
have
little
thick-
shitty glass.
You have
is
thick
it?
glass. I was up the CN Tower and they've got glass, and
Yeah.
next to it is a picture of 8 rhinos. That's how many can go on it. There are people jumping on that. Yeah,
So shut your mouth, guys.
so I just want
not
to
me. I was afraid.
But can you actually turn the sand into glass in Barbie?
Park and Ride
Yes,
Right.
yes.
for PlayStation 1.
Once you've completed it once, you can go back.
But yeah, they can't complete it once.
Oh fuck!
Let me just tally your advice so far. So number 1, skip it
Skip it.
if you can. If
Yeah.
you can skip it, Angela, find out, pause it, see if you can skip the stage.
Yep.
Second one, heat the floor somehow. If that's possible.
Second one was game facts.
Third one was game facts.
Yeah, yeah.
Fourth one, turn the sand into glass.
That was Dallamore. That was.
That was the same as heating the floor. Yeah, you
Dark.
heat sand into glass. In layman's terms.
Horse can't run up glass.
Can you?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You fucking can. What do you think glass is? You think you just like walk onto glass and you just like slip over?
If you just go to a beach and heat up the sand and turn it into glass, it's not going to be the finest crafted glass in the world, is it?
Also,
Imagination, Kai.
What about giving it a
Hey.
sugar lump or a nice carrot?
how much do you have to heat the sand before it turns into shards of
80
razor sharp glass?
89 degrees.
Really? Right, it's not an option.
Am I gonna? Well, trade it.
And then
Stuart.
next too early.
You are far too modest, sir, because I can see your notes beneath your elbow. You're just messing around with these guys.
Oh, he is.
This
Look at
guy's
him.
emotions.
He knows.
Yeah,
he knows
well, okay. Obviously, it's all in the run-up, isn't it?
And the drifting as well. You got to.
You don't want to drift too much before you jump. Like, as soon as you land, drift. Like, if you've seen that. if you've
This is
seen,
Barbie on top of a horse.
if you've seen that, if you've seen that Bollywood film
Yeah.
where that guy slides under the truck, that's the sort of thing I'm thinking about. So really, the first jump you do it, you chain it with the drift, and then the rest of the jumps will become sequentially easier because you're drifting your horse, and it's all good.
So can what's the name of that Bollywood film on YouTube for people to search
don't
for it?
know. It's
Guy
just like
slides on a horse.
search
under
for like
car.
yeah,
It's something like really long action movie in Bollywood, isn't it?
the greatest action scene ever. Or
So Kye's had his mic on mute, but if you knew him like I did, you'd know that you hadn't been missing out on anything.
do you know what?
So,
though? All day long, I was waiting for when Kye was going to let us down by saying I'm not coming,
yeah,
and he's here, but he's let us down.
it's even worse.
If anything, it has been a lot worse.
It's
that
more
I showed
like
up.
Because we built our show around Kai, and now it's not there, so it's going to sound like.
It's going to fall to pieces.
Yeah, because
built
you're
around
going to
him.
be responding to my brilliant quips, and no one will be able to hear them.
so
So it would just be punchline, no setup.
It's more like you don't see your dad for ages. You know, every weekend you wait for him to show up to take you to Disneyland. He doesn't. 3 weeks go by, 6 weeks go by. Then one day he does turn up, but instead of taking you to Disneyland, you're happy to see him, but instead of taking you to Disneyland, he just puts his cock in your mouth. That's what this has been like, Kye.
But at least my cock went in someone's mouth.
It's alright because all of this, Stuart has been dishing out the help and he's been breaking hearts along the way. It's ibuprofen and he has just solved the quandary of how do you make the jumps on the second beach course of Barbie's Park and Ride for PlayStation 1. Drift, glass,
Good run up.
drift, glass.
Game FAQs.
Skip, debug, Game FAQs, trade.
In that order.
Yeah.
The real question is, why does someone have that game?
The real answer is that my cousin had it when we were all younger. She's considerably younger than me, but one Christmas time I had to sit through her playing Barbie's Park and Ride. Right, you see the back of a horse's head? It moves like this. You've got minimal scenery, and then like a button prompt goes left. And if you press left, you turn left sooner. If you don't press left, it goes horse still turns left.
Why is it called Park and Ride? It's not about like commuting into a busy urban centre.
Because you can take care of your horses while they're parked. You can give them you give them sugar and you give them a little hairbrush, and then you take them to beach course number 2 and you drift after the jumps.
Can you
drift after the jumps?
Yeah. Can you
Go on.
No, I just wanted to know if you could put ribbons in their mane.
Mark Dallamore has got his head in his hands because he went, Prejudice in games, Chris. Prejudice in games. I've got nothing to add. But I think you've got more to bring to the table than you think. When's the last time you played a game where the black guy was leaping from rooftop to rooftop going, damn, this gonna be motherfucking jam, y'all! Shit! User, come up and help me! Ah, no, I got capped in the ass!
You can't have that.
It's an example of prejudice.
Yeah,
I can have that.
Yeah. Example, it's not how he feels.
It's kind of like Coltrane, you know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Coltrane's great though.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not.
But he is.
But he is
a
that
blaxploitation
stereotype
character.
that Chris was doing. Imagine he eats watermelon.
Surely you're answering your own question in that if no one can think of the last time that actually happened, then obviously isn't that a good thing? That what you've just done hasn't actually happened in the video game?
Does that happen to you very often?
No.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Well, not as bad as that, but
Yes,
I do get your
it
point.
was an exaggeration.
Yes,
it's supposed to
obviously.
jog that part of your brain that goes, hey, yeah, I've seen a lot of that. Basically, all we're doing here, I say all we're doing as if it's no big thing, we're exposing prejudice in games, yeah? We're discussing that games seem to be like 30 years behind cinema and the rest of the world in a kind of grindhouse-esque portrayal of women, of ethnics.
Objects.
Yeah.
To be disliked. That's the ethnics. Continue.
Wait.
Well, never mind.
Women not objects. Ethnics.
To be disliked. To guidelines.
And when's the...
Start fresh. Start fresh from women. Start from women.
When said that in one sentence?
It doesn't make any sense, mate.
Objects, women, that's the ethnic. What does that mean?
Object, women, ethnics. It sounds like these games are really catered towards Stuart.
You went women. I said it's trying to be comically offensive. I said object.
Yeah.
You said ethnics. I said to be disliked. then I panicked and thought you maybe thought I said women to be disliked, like I'm some sort of Whitechapel stabbing murderer.
Hey, we're in Whitechapel.
Yeah, I know.
That's where the offices are.
Agnes Ghost will come get us. I'm not a prostitute. I'm fine.
And also, when was the last time you played a homosexual protagonist?
In like a play.
Do you reckon
Or...
they should
I played. I
just recently played Jesus in a nativity play.
What do you mean recently?
Recently, what? Wait, the baby Jesus.
Yeah.
What game was this?
We were playing,
Is this Fallout New Vegas DLC?
I was playing a homosexual Jesus.
Jesus falls into the bracket of homosexual protagonists. I've read the Bible.
And we had to forgive his sins. It was a kind of...
What are you talking about?
He's just trying to offend as many people as
No, because
possible.
all I can imagine now is you turning up at some school or some church group. They're doing the nativity play with all the little kids dressed as shepherds with the tea towels on their head, and when they reveal the baby Jesus in the manger, it's a little baby's doll statue, but coming through the floor is your fully grown Mark Dallamore head, and you're going, wah, wah. Oh, hello, wise men. Wah. That's playing a homosexual Jesus in the nativity play.
I probably shouldn't have said nativity.
Okay, well,
Was a whole-
here's one. In most BioWare games,
Yeah.
You can gay it up.
Yes, big time, don't I? Don't I just love it?
You say most.
Normally
Dragon
not-
Age 2 was the only one with
Normally not man on man.
male homosexuality,
Yeah.
and it can be between a male human and a dwarf,
It's a bestiality.
if you so desired.
Why haven't you guys told me about this?
I told you.
You can get it. You can be a dwarf and get it on with an elf.
Oh my
Both
god.
of you as men. It's
And I've been hearing
fantastic.
people sum it up in the single soundbite, Dragon Age 2 is shit.
Oh no,
And
this
they
is the
don't
first
get-
one. Sorry.
Oh god, okay, well that explains it. Alright, so yeah, first one. Okay, Stuart, carry on. So you can get man on man in a big way.
I believe so. I mean, I've just got Dragon Age 2.
So you can gay on gay,
Yep.
you can dwarf on man, you can
yep.
you can elf all on a dwarf's pixies.
You can elf all over dwarfs. Yeah, all over their
and you can
flaxen hair.
Now you were talking about the BioWare characters. Yeah, in Mass Effect, you can't girl on girl, can you?
Yes,
You can. You can't.
can.
You
You
can't.
can girl on girl, you can't guy on
You
guy.
can't boy in boy. You can girl around girl, but you can't boy in boy.
So what's that all about? What about our homosexual friends who are playing the Mass Effects and they can't, get a bit of cock fun in space?
One of the girls does kind of look like a guy.
There you go.
That makes it all even then.
No, it doesn't.
I
It's
know,
not
it's
the,
a-
Mark, it's not the same,
It's
Mark.
a taboo though, isn't it? It's a bigger taboo for gamers, I would say, which is intentionally avoided, obviously.
Because most gamers are 16-year-old
Oh,
kids
get away from my cock!
who are going, oh, a bit of lasers.
Yeah.
The laser action, intergalactic scissoring.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they'd go, what are those two guys doing in that hyperchamber with their balls and their mouths? But,
What are we supposed to do? How can you apply to balls in mouth?
Balls in their mouth.
so, but I mean, you shouldn't. What I'm saying is, I'm actually illustrating a very, very clever
Yes.
point. What I'm saying is that these games shouldn't be marketed to immature people like that. They should represent homosexuality if they're going to represent any other kind of love, because they're all equal, yeah?
I think it's interesting.
I want a bum in space! Go on.
I'm trying to contribute to your fucking podcast.
It's
and
mature.
all I get is this.
Well, Chris made a mature point initially.
And then
Give him that.
But
That's nice.
before Mass Effect, really, I think it was only really after Mass Effect came on with the girl-on-girl action that it wasn't really talked about that much before. I mean, it obviously was mentioned every now and again, but I mean, not many other games, many other mainstream games could you actually get it on and properly see that kind of stuff going on.
You're forgetting about BMX XXX.
yes.
No, that only alluded to it.
Uh,
But
Classic.
my point is, your stereotypical protagonist that you play is going to be your all-American war hero. What likes banging birds? Where's Captain?
Jesus.
I'm gonna fucking give up.
I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to hold this shit together.
I'm just kidding.
Isn't someone like, say, I don't know, Nathan Drake essentially a standard bearer for
The gays?
homosexual protagonists in mainstream
Oh God!
AAA video games?
You can't just say that just to annoy one of our teammates.
That's not just. What are the other types of prejudice? Like
Disabled.
like foreigners,
Midgets.
This is
people who look different.
we can't use this.
You gotta whatever you leave in there, you gotta fucking double check it. You can't allow any of this shit going.
We're not Russell Brand and Jonathan Ross on Radio 2. No one listens to this. Yeah, so not enough gays, point blank.
Fiza, when we're talking about how there's when we're talking about there's no like gay like protagonists, we're not talking about like Del Winton fucking starring in the game, like ooh, let's go and get the aliens,
Arguably
guys.
as prejudice.
But
Yeah.
we're not like we're not saying that needs to be there. But just have a character.
Yeah.
Just have him
I
as a
wish we
normal
lived in a
guy,
world where we
and
could just find out
normal
he's gay.
person, and it turns out he's gay. Don't make it.
Normal
Don't make
person
it.
that turns out he's gay.
No, as I said, I'm talking about in the sense of how society see gay people. Why can't you spend the whole game trying to save a prince instead of a princess, for example? What's wrong with that?
Gay. It's a very obvious line.
I think gay people are fucking brilliant, man. And brilliant.
No,
No,
not all
honestly.
of them. They're normal people, Kyle. That's the point. Some of them are dickheads.
But the funniest, the funniest woman I ever met was a lesbian, so that must count towards something.
Joan Rivers.
No, the funniest woman I ever met. I've not met.
Was she funny because she was gay?
Sandy Tostig.
No.
Toxic.
Tostig.
Part of the reason she was funny was because she was gay, because she would talk about women in the same way that guys would, and I just found that hilarious.
That's a personal problem of mine with stand-up comedians. They just bang on about the thing that makes them different from like a white man.
God.
I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I'm a Mexican. Look, I'm lazy. Whatever.
Jesus, Fenn.
Do you remember what happened to
this episode is going to be like 20 minutes long.
Remember what happened to the Top Gear guys? But Mark, you're worried about nothing.
Jemima Khan.
Because we're not slanging off the game. We're asking for more gays. I'm begging for it in games. I want to see more of it.
I just think it's a shame that most developers are too afraid to even throw that forward.
Now dripping in the anticipation of more gays in computer games.
I know you are.
Oh yeah, we've got that ball rolling.
And we intended to do a half-an-hour section on prejudice in games, but unfortunately it turned out we're all extremely prejudiced, and we can't have any of it.
How am I being prejudiced?
I don't approve of Kye, for one thing, laughing like that. Can't laugh, dickhead.
Right. If you'd listened, though, Mark, you would have heard me say lesbians in space and gays in space, please. It's ridiculous.
Carl. You can't use the gays in space line again. It will set these fuckers off. It will set these fuckers off.
Oh, God.
And me.
Send himself off, man.
Why did you have the please on the end?
No, get his face, please.
Lesbians, please.
Fag break.
Oh, God, yeah.
Hold on.
That was brilliant.
Kye was actually saying something quite intelligent there. I know, weird.
It sounds like bollocks, mate, but prove it.
What he's saying
I'm
is,
sure myself.
you don't need to have a stereotypical, a very negative stereotypical gay protagonist leaping through space.
But they're normally the funniest.
Through space.
Yeah,
Doing minting through space.
yeah. Which is a stereotype, and that's another form of prejudice.
It would be the funniest type, though.
Yeah, you know, why can't we just have a character who is your normal average guy who saves the world, but then happens to be gay? And they don't need to shove it in people's faces. That wouldn't be very attractive.
Yeah.
You know, but it can be alluded to or whatever, but it never ever is. This is the point. Mark, why are you shaking your head and you've got your head in your hands again?
I just want to question something here, and it will probably blow your minds. And it's
Ready?
that,
Wait, let me hold
you know, not every game involves sexual liaisons or a relationship of some description.
Of
And
course not.
We're just assuming that
Of course not.
every square-jawed all-star quarterback
I'm pretty sure
American hero is not a bender.
Yeah, but the point is, in modern games, like
There's none of that in Tetris.
in modern games, you get heroes such as Nathan Drake copping off with ladies,
You do, yeah.
and in the olden days, you've got protagonists rescuing princesses. You know,
Not every
obviously
game, though.
because they want to bone them, not because
Yeah, in a lot of games.
of the reward money.
But a lot of
probably,
games-
probably that as well. But the point is,
Yeah.
it's never.
You never see Mario, like, you know,
gets a little
reaming
kiss.
her. It maybe...
So you're saying he's just rescuing her just for more fashion advice?
I'm saying he hangs out with Luigi, and it's not confirmed they're actual brothers.
Yes. in the
Yes.
film.
Is it? Canon. Fair enough.
But, you know, it's true. Like, a lot of games don't even allude to the fact that, you know, they don't go either way. Like, Gordon Freeman, he could very well be gay. You don't know.
Well,
I mean, precisely. At the end of Half-Life 3, I'm talking about the last in the trilogy, Half-Life 3.
apologies.
If we find out that Freeman is ignoring all of Alex's, you know, ridiculously forward come-ons because he is gay, then that would be a bold move and a strong step forward for the war against prejudice in gaming. But it's not going to happen, is it?
he could go with Barry.
It's like, in the Harry Potter when J.K. Rowling came out that she always thought that Dumbledore was gay.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah. All the Americans went mental.
What about how it's? I like how it's fine to kill Germans. That's fine. Put someone in a German uniform.
Oh yeah.
I was
Nazis.
going to say,
Not Germans.
another prejudice is like all the, always
Germans.
playing Americans killing Russians and Middle East.
Americans killing Russians? Which war? Which war was that?
Modern Warfare games, man. What?
Yeah, those famous wars. But Mark's right. The point is, these games are usually representing America in this ridiculously favourable light because they're all developed over there, and it's usually them taking on the Russian.
And when that other, that company that made a, role reversal kind of game, you got people from like the Ministry of Defence in Great Britain and like people in America saying, "Oh, this is disgusting. They can't release this game," all this kind of stuff. Whereas, it's been happening the other way around for decades.
Yeah, exactly. Either it's all fair game or none of it is. Devs, are you listening? God, we could save the world if we were given the money and the power and the.
We'd like a cool name.
If we were given the money and the power, we wouldn't waste it saving the world.
Yeah, good point. We'd all use it all.
Just said weed.
We'd use the money to come together and explore space by bombing in space.
After coming together.
That's the final goal.
Your hole.
However you get there, if you have to spend the money, make sure you do.
This episode is a celebration of gay culture, Mark. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, so those stereotypes go from the Al-Qaeda type forces in certain FPSs.
And 50 Cent Blood in the Sand.
Oh my god.
I never played that game, but I think I would love it so much. The setup is just, it's immense, isn't it?
It's the things he says after he caps the motherfuckers. Bang! Bitch.
I think it'd be good, obviously they're moving, the games industry is moving towards, with the recent introduction of lesbian scenes in Mass Effect, gay homosexual scenes in Dragon Age 2, that, and Dragon Age, they're becoming aware of, more aware of what the gamers' needs and desires are in what they like to see in the games and the roles they kind of play. And it's especially important in role-playing games, because people want to play, it's kind of an extension of themselves. And so... And I think more and more games are becoming aware of that. So, they are being slow in the uptake, but it is moving in the right direction, and just like to see it continue.
The thing is, it's a fairly young demographic. Gamers of, 10 to 35, whatever, something like that. And you would have thought that sector of society should be amongst the more tolerant, It should be fairly...
Have you played Counter-Strike online recently, or Call of Duty, and heard some of the...
It's different, just like a 12-year-old American, saying... that you're a fag.
You'll be surprised the amount of shocking racism you'll get online.
Yeah, just look at YouTube. Look at YouTube comments. Yeah, I mean, the internet unfortunately is full of idiots. But Stuart, are you referring to the fact that older people are generally more racist?
No, just as you get older, you tend to get more conservative in your views. You get entrenched in your views, and if you can, it's younger people who tend to be more open to different ideas or changing things, specifically changing things, because if it's different from previous generation, then it's better in their eyes, the young people.
I mean, games are like that because I think developers, unfortunately, do see that as the kind of easiest, kind of role for people to get into, behind the, male white protagonist.
Everyone loves following on the muscular back and
exactly. I don't think,
standard balls out action game.
A lot of none of the developers want to stick their leg out and see how they fare with another kind of. Stick
a leg out and trip over. Stick your neck out and take a risk.
So I've no experience of being a black man except in except when I saw Snoop Dogg at Live 8. I was caught on TV, looked very, very black. But I mean, just look at Portal 2, for example. The black turrets are faulty, are they, Valve? Okay. Black turrets don't work, but the white ones do.
Standard.
Whatever.
Standard. That goes beyond race.
So that's how far the problem goes. It's so ingrained in gaming that it's going to be too difficult to erase. We're fighting a losing battle, people.
So ingrained in gaming that the idea of black being good and white being bad has seeped out into the rest of the world and infected that as well. That's
yeah. This goes back to chess, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The white team is always the goodies.
When you put your little man on the black spot. Yeah.
The whites are always the goodies. Yeah. No, the whites just go first.
That is true.
Yeah, the whites are always the goodies, aren't they? Yeah, mate. Yeah. Yeah, got you.
What does we refer to?
But ladies have been represented very well in gaming as of recent times, though, haven't they?
Well, I mean,
fucking hell. This is brilliant, man. No. It's like a... Well, Jim. He played the 2-3-4, and that's why he's suffering.
And okay, you ready?
You watch Team One Sport because you talk like a sportsman.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm not. Yeah, all you need to do. I mean, no, that's not how I want to start.
All you need to do with these women, right?
Yeah.
Recently, women have been represented a lot more in games recently.
Go.
I was just going to go for the Lara Croft one, and now it's.
But that recently.
Yeah, exactly.
As in the last 5 years.
As a protagonist.
You're talking about representing. I mean, obviously, there's lots of games directed towards women, girls more precisely. You know, DS famously more female owners than male owners, aren't they?
Yep. But I was talking about characters in games like Lara Croft. I was hoping that was the point you were going to make.
I was going to make it, but
Make it.
I never got the chance to.
Please make it. Please make it now.
Lara Croft blazed a trail.
Yeah,
man. with her poonts out the front. That's breasts in Victorian slang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, poonts.
She's saying, "Here I am. I've got large
I
breasts.
am woman,
Don't judge me.
and I'm not afraid to shoot animals.
I'm going to kick ass."
Or dinosaurs.
It's an animal.
But there's even more recent.
Dead
Like,
animal.
Portal 2, you play a woman. Mass Effect, you could always play a woman. Dragon Age, you can always play.
Any
a
RPG,
female
basically,
character.
pretty much. Surely.
Yeah, but I mean, Portal 2, the lead character.
What about a game like Wet? Even the title, is kind of buying in to a negativity.
That's all that game had, though, isn't it? It's like, oh, look, it's a little bit sexually alluding towards sexuality. Fuck Wet.
But then you've got Saboteur. I'm not sure it was any good, but you're a female.
No, that's Silent Assassin or Silver Assassin.
I'm sure it's called Saboteur.
Saboteur, you're an Irish guy. I played that game. Oh, for anything, you're talking about Prejudice. The fucking Irish accent in that game. I don't know if he was Irish, but even if he was insulting his own fucking people.
Everyone knows Irish
acting.
accents. Irish accents are fine.
I like the three Irish brothers in GTA 4, like stupid drunken brothers. They're good, violent,
But anyway,
typical.
whereas games like 15 years ago, what year was that? That was when Tomb Raider came out.
996.
That was when Tomb Raider came out.
Bam! -15. Kye does it.
Maths live.
But girls used to be the damsels in distress, always being rescued, never the rescuers. These days they are fantastic. We have taken some positive steps, and I'd like to say,
Yeah, I was going to say, what
Metroid.
about Samus?
I'd like
that
to
was
say-
a great original twist.
but I'd like to say it's all thanks to this episode. I know that makes no sense chronologically, but basically, females in games have everything to owe to us.
You're welcome.
So basically, the point we've arrived at is more games in space.
More games in space. Women are all right in games. They've done all right so far. Haven't had anybody with a disability though. A disability.
Where's Bowser's mongoloid brother? It's time for listener mail. This is from George. My question is, if you could have any arcade machine for free, what would you choose? I'll ignore the weird train game that used to be at the Trocadero and the horse riding game and go for the shooting game Police 911, which had motion capture for your body, allowing you to swirl out of the way of bullets. That's from George.
That is a fucking hard question.
I'd probably have a pinball machine.
Can I have one of those machines where you put like a 2p in and it does a little shake?
God, the drawers moving back and forth.
I've never won off it, so if I had it at home, I could
You
win.
never even won even 2p.
Yeah, but
so.
at home,
You've not even won. Oh, you're fucking useless.
at
I'm
home,
saying it for comedy. I have won, really. I've won numerous times.
You got at least 10p.
at home it would be all your money as well, though. Where's the thrill there? No.
You want to arrive with other people's money.
You'd be like,
yeah.
shit,
Oh,
I
there you
need
go.
20p for the bus. Oh, I'm gonna have to go on this fucking machine.
Yeah. Spend £2, get that 20p. I need change.
I've always wanted a Time Crisis 2, like two-player, fully operational arcade unit, and I'm talking without the guns being broken. I need that kickback.
I've got two. I've got Point Blank,
You got two. When can we come round and play them?
and I've got an 8-man Daytona machine
Yeah.
with all
Daytona
the
2.
video cameras.
Daytona 2. Daytona
Well,
2.
no, Daytona. With
Daytona-
all the
well,
cameras
Daytona
and,
2.
you know, the simulation
Yeah.
bit rocking here.
DDR would be a good one. Dance Dance Revolution full arcade unit, because those dance mats don't accurately really give you any kind of fun at all.
Fine,
What
go.
arcade would you have in your house, Kai?
It would be like Dallamore, would be one of two. It'd either be the Simpsons 4-player
I was gonna say
arcade
the
machine,
Simpsons.
because that
Really
game
hard
was
though.
fucking brilliant. I don't know if I can't remember the name of it, but there was a light sword game in Trocadero. I think they might have taken
Oh,
it away
I've
recently.
seen
I remember you playing that.
I've seen
Yeah,
you
yeah,
playing
yeah.
that. That was
Or the
great.
Namco one.
Fucking love that game. Yeah, Namco. There's like an infrared box that you have to hold a sword in, and you can actually like parry attacks, push away, and it is really responsive and very fun.
It looks like a realistic ninja fighting when the player is doing it as well.
I know, I've seen it.
As what I was.
When
my
Kye's doing
favourite
it, he
thing
just looks really special.
Special as in amazing, not like the Olympics.
As I haven't played many, I'll bring up the two which stick in mind. One of them is Mortal Kombat.
I know what you're going to say second.
It was really good. It was in the Leisure Centre, and we had a lot of fun. I was going to say Outrun.
Oh, nice. I thought you said Stick, so I thought you were going to say Star Wars Trilogy Arcade, which is one of mine as well.
It's a big
You
one.
know what? I
isn't it?
never actually played that.
Oh, it's amazing. The pod racing game is great as well. Basically, any nowadays we have the luxury of playing games that are arcade quality in the home, but if we're going to have any dream arcade that we want, you'd go for something with a huge housing, like an Afterburner arcade that turns you upside down and inside out.
Exactly. You need to be sat in a car or in a rocket or.
8-man Daytona.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
And
that would be
Daytona
pretty
2
fucking cool.
would be great. So there's your answer, George. Second question and final question of the episode is from Dark Dallamore. This is the second time we've heard from him. Hi RGF, it's Dark Dallamore again. Mark Dallamore's third biggest fan. Mark, who are your other two fans?
Mum.
You and
Mum.
all your mums.
we all share a mum.
Including the listeners.
Yeah.
We're all brothers.
They have different
that's it.
fathers.
Apparently.
Guys.
Breaking news. This is a question for the great Mark Dallamore. All I want to know is how you became so great. Also, will you have a review section to your website that's going up? DM. Yes, we will. He's just mentioned that our website is going to be expanded in the very, very immediate future to feature articles. So now you got to go and read stuff.
And we've got to write stuff now.
Yeah, and we got to write stuff. But yes, we
You
will
have
have
to write stuff.
we will have some form of reviews going up on the site at some time soon. That's readygamefire.co.uk. And Mark, what makes you so great?
Breeding.
Email us at readygamefire@gmail.com. Subscribe to the iTunes feed. It's iTunes, and then search for Ready Game Fire. While you're there, please rate us, please review us. It helps us go up in the charts. It helps us get yeah.
I was just going to mention if you're going to rate us, do it high.
Yeah.
Also, probably do it.
Don't do it whilst high. Well, do it whilst high. You'll probably enjoy
And don't
yourselves.
report us.
Also, if you somehow get this message before you listen to the podcast, please do it then and not after you've listened to this particular episode. It was bad and very, very enlightening. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, find us, Ready Game Fire. I think that's pretty much it. Now, we're just going to finish this episode with some music from the Mini Bosses. Now, I haven't actually thanked the Mini Bosses on air. There's a credit to them on our website, but they're the guys who've been providing the jingles for every episode, and they're amazing. Check them out on minibosses.com. This is a track from their live album, which is called Live at the Middle East, and this is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So we're going to be closing this this wonderful, wonderful episode out
Benchmark,
with
I would
a live performance from the Mini Bosses. They really are amazing, and we want to thank them very, 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 very muchly. It's goodbye from me, Chris Fox. See you later. I like all different coloured people. Stuart Fenn.
God.
It's goodbye from me, Chris Fox. I'm your host. I've been your host. See you later. Stuart Fenn says bye. Bye. Kye's here, and he's now going to go away forever, hopefully. Oh, mate, I'm only kidding.
Okay, love you, bye.
Bye, Mark.
Au revoir.
And, yeah, like I said, here's the Mini Bosses. Thanks again. See you in number 12. Ready, Game, Fire.
All right, we got two more. This is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Carl. You can't use the gates of Spaceland again. It will set these fuckers off. It will set these fuckers off.
Oh God!
And me.
Send himself off, man.
Oh, did you have the please on the end?
No, get his face, please.